Hey everybody, Chris here. We got Bitcoin, Dogecoin with big pullback. Some say dump, bear market. We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out as well as when I do live streams. And yes, the economy is not in a great shape, particularly the United States, and it's causing upheaval around the world. Crypto doesn't like that. Crypto doesn't like that. But why specifically do we have Bitcoin and Dogecoin pulling back, and what's the latest news on that? Let's get into it, and I'll show you the charts in the news and what I'm looking at. And we start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, 12.2. We're at 12.2. Now, this isn't quite the 12-cent drop that we had on Sunday. This was the big manipulated pullback that we covered yesterday, and that was, of course, thanks to the exchanges, the market makers, on a weak Sunday night trading with low volume. Dumped the market, wiping out almost $1 billion of leverage. And then what did we have here? Yesterday afternoon, we had continual pullback happening. Some of that is selling of fear, but when that happens, we do have the market makers again taking out all of the new leverage trades, and it was like $800 million. And now what do we have this morning again? Those that made new leverage trades yet again this morning or late last night got wiped out this morning. So the cycle continues. It's negative out there. It's bad out there. I get it. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, same thing. In fact, Bitcoin's pullback that it had on Sunday night was nothing compared to the trading yesterday, taking out more, and then this morning almost down to where it had dumped here yesterday afternoon to 87.8. But that did take out that CME gap, and that was the target. The target was to take out that CME gap in Bitcoin, and it certainly did that. So that's where we start. Today we also will talk about gold hitting a new all-time high last night, and I covered that over on X last night, $4,888. Gold continues to move up, and do you know, since the beginning of the year, gold is up in its market cap over $3 trillion. That's right. Gold has added $3 trillion to its market cap since the beginning of the year. Do you know what the total market cap is for crypto, like all of cryptocurrency? It's now less than $3 trillion because of the pullbacks of the overall market cap of crypto. It has the whole crypto market cap is $3 trillion, and that's how much gold added in its market cap just since the beginning of the year. And if we zoom out, we see the much bigger picture, right? That the beginning of the year was here, right? And that's the $3 trillion just right there in this month. And look what gold has done since 2022. I mean, this is parabolic growth for gold since 2022, up over 200%. So this is where the money is going. And some to stocks, although stocks are kind of a little bit fragile up and down at the moment. But gold? And then, of course, all eyes on silver, right? As well. And we look at silver and we go, man, precious metals. I mean, look at this, like a meme coin, right? Parabolic growth up to 95.85, $95 for silver. Of course, we had all these years where it went sideways, right? But this is what's happening right now. If there aren't better signs of a bear market, I don't know what to tell you, because this is what's going on right now. So, what does the news say? Bitcoin could crash to 58,000 as restrictive Fed policy and trade tensions weigh on crypto. Of course, you know, I have been a bear since late October after we had the big flash crash. And again, back to Dogecoin again, and we see that orange circle there, but we zoom out to the 4-hour chart and we look back at October 10th, right, when we were here. Now, I mean, this most recent one is now a little circle. We had the big circle, right? And that was Dogecoin on the Binance market going down to 9.5 cents. That was 9.5 cents on that drop. And then this most recent drop here got down to 12 cents, and we had the end of the year, end of 2025, sell off, all the tax loss harvesting and all of that we covered, down to 11.6 cents. And we will be battling that again. So that's the overall view that we have. Here, Peter Schiff, right? Now everyone's talking about Peter Schiff. I mean, gold, right? Gold went sideways for like 20 years, right? And now it's doing this exponential growth. And Peter Schiff looks like he's pretty smart right now. But he says, look, mounting global bond stress and soaring precious metals signal a weakening dollar and looming stagflation. Now, I don't know if we're going to get to stagflation or not, but Peter's been talking about it for a while. While Bitcoin faces a sharp reckoning as its digital gold narrative falters. Yeah, digital gold. So these are tough times. We covered the Japanese bond yields yesterday. And they're still rising. This portends a crash in U.S. Treasuries that will also send mortgage rates soaring. So mortgage rates are ticking back up, which could really upset the whole real estate business right now. At a time when we're getting into the spring market, you expect to see, right, more houses coming on the market, but there's not a lot of buyers. There's not a lot of buyers. Some still don't want to give up their old mortgages from 3%, 3.5%. And others are scared about what's going on. It's tough. Schiff linked Japan's bond market moves to broader stress in global fixed income markets, arguing that higher long-term yields undermine debt sustainability. Most of you guys don't understand anything what that means, but that's okay. You just know that you see it in the price action, right? It's dumping. We've got dumping Bitcoin, dumping Dogecoin. He also talks about, look, the sharp gains in precious metals, evidence that investors are positioning for currency debasement and fiscal instability. Gold is already trading at a new record high above 46.70. And we see, last night it went up to 48.88. Silver is up $3, trading above 93. It hit 95. Trump's new tariffs and threats to invade Greenland are uniting the world against the United States, threatening to end the U.S. dollar's hegemony. Our loss will be the world's gain. Now it's a little bit much, right? But I get what he's saying, right? I get what he's saying. So the gold advocate also targeted crypto markets, challenging expectations that Bitcoin will track gold higher during periods of monetary stress. Now, everyone expects Bitcoin to follow gold's lead and rally to new highs, but the market has given speculators way too much time to buy. What's far more likely is that Bitcoin's failure to match gold's gains undermines its narrative as digital gold, resulting in a spectacular crash. Now, is it going to be spectacular? I don't think so. I think there's enough support for Bitcoin to keep it from doing this huge crash. But weakening, yes. Bear market, yes. All of this we've been talking about on this channel here for the past 3 months now. And this is why I haven't been buying on any of these dips. Now, I have other reasons too. I still have my taxes to pay from my profits I made in 2025. So I'm sitting all of this out. And as I've been saying, I'm not expecting to start buying back in until summer, probably late summer 2026. And we let all of this play out. Let all of this play out. That's what I'm doing. But we still have, right? The whole idea of crypto is still there, right? We have money printing continuing to go up, right? You might have made 40% gains, right? In your salary have gone up like 40%, but yet money, inflation, has gone up 20%. And so half of your salary has now been debased because of all of the money printing going on, right? So that still continues. Bitcoin, its monetary policy for the next 114 years in one pick. So Trending Bitcoin posts this, all the Bitcoin halvings and the block rewards, and those block rewards continue to shrink and shrink and shrink. You know, by like 2060, right? Miners will only be receiving 0.006 Bitcoin. Every 10 minutes, 0.006 Bitcoin. And it's like, okay, what's the Bitcoin price going to be in 2060? And you know, and eventually it almost goes to zero, right? In the 2100s. It almost goes to zero. I guess by 2136, that may be the end of it, right? For Bitcoin. And what I say is, look, the Dogecoin block reward is 10,000 Doge. Every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every year. No halvings, no cap. Which is why Bitcoin mining will eventually die out and all of the miners will be mining Dogecoin. I believe that Dogecoin has a better chance of surviving the future than Bitcoin. It's a meme, I get it, right? It's not being taken seriously, but it's actually a very good cryptocurrency. And that's what I continue to say. We've got the new news about Such, the former Such Pay. The Such app will be a new and intuitive way for you to do more with your Dogecoin. This is the big announcement that was made yesterday by House of Doge, Dogecoin Foundation. It's going to be more than just a wallet. It is going to be able to make payments directly with Dogecoin. Now, will this become a huge thing? I think it's got challenges, right? It's just the world is not adopting Dogecoin as a payment. It's going to be slow. Now, if Elon does something, right? But then everyone says, oh, Chris, you're just an Elon bootlicker and Dogecoin only relies on Elon. Well, we have seen spikes in the price of Dogecoin that have been directly following things that Elon does or says. And just the hope that Elon's going to do something is enough to keep the price going up. That is a given, right? And you know that. So that's the way the Dogecoin price has gone. But if you believe in the adoption of Dogecoin over a long period of time, just that's what it is, right? Just adopt Dogecoin, get away from the dollar, right? Bitcoin's going to do its store of value thing, and whether it becomes digital gold or not, we're going to figure that out over time. We're still very early in this whole cryptocurrency thing. Change takes time. You guys are wondering, oh, when's the Dogecoin price going to go up? It'll go up when it goes up, guys. Just, if you believe in what Dogecoin is in a long period of time, DCA, buy on the dips, and let's see how it plays out. That's what I say. Now you got guys like Trader Allen, right? Dogecoin shows the first breakout following a bullish divergence signal, right? Meanwhile, he's got another post saying his Ichimoku cloud, right, is giving bearish signals. So you can't believe this crap, right? This isn't anything. This isn't anything. And in fact, since this chart was made, what was it, 4 hours ago that he made this thing? It's already come all the way back down. So, and Big Blue, he's trying to do all of this, like, swing trading, day trading stuff. And I mean, he's doing a great job, I think, charting all of these short-term analysis with all these lines and things. But Dogecoin continues to not follow all of these lines on a chart because of the news. The news will always come over whatever technical analysis or charting or whatever you show. And then you got guys like this. This morning, Bitcoin census. This morning, January 21st, 6 o'clock a.m. This guy has got the nerve to post this, right? This isn't happening. It's not happening. Of course, this is an older chart. He printed this when Dogecoin was up almost at 14 cents. So he's reposting his old chart again and predicting this. And this is not what's going on in the world. This is not what's going on in the world. And it's just like, so you can't believe that crap. So, I mean, follow me, right? Follow me here on X, right? I got a nice new borrowed from Such Pay, and they're scrolling little animation here, and do we accept Dogecoin? And just let's have some fun. I mean, yeah, I know it's your portfolios and prices are down and it's scary and all of that. I get that. In our live streams, we try and talk through all of that, though. We try and talk through all of that. Join me on my next live stream. It's going to be Wednesday afternoon. Make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. And when I'm not on YouTube, I'm over here on X at ChrisPax. Follow me there. Here's the CME gap, right, that I predicted would be closed. Here's my January price prediction of Bitcoin. And look at that. The price is pretty much following it. I'm off by about a week here, but that's what I predicted. If you guys saw me at the beginning of the year when I drew that line, I was like, this is what I think Bitcoin's going to do. I thought it would hit 100K. It got up to 98. That's pretty close, right? And it's following that, right? Talk a lot about gold and what's going on. Was following it last night, hit new all-time highs, 48.25, 48.35. So gold is a meme coin. Does anybody know where Peter Schiff is, right? But back on January 8th, I predicted Bitcoin would come down and close that CME gap, and it did, right? So I'm trying to follow the news. That's what's going on, like the whole Greenland thing. What's going on, right? So give that a follow. Meanwhile, we got a Doge dump. We got a Bitcoin dump. It's not just Dogecoin. All you use Doge is dead. It's like, come on, guys. See what's going on in the market. Leave a comment below. We're holding on, right? We're holding on. Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. I'll see you next time.